What's up, guys? Nick with Mystic Manifesting here, re-recording this same video because for some reason it thinks it's funny to keep putting ding 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 on this phone and computer. Text messages go to cell phones, not computers, Apple, just so you know in the future. Anyway, today's video is going to be failure and manifestation and my thoughts on it. And my honest to God thought, there is no failure in manifestation. Neville talks about it in the book, and he says the only failure is because of yourself on your own behalf, and he admits that he's failed and it was only failure on his own part. And for me, what I've noticed is it's never failure, it's impatience. Oh, I've been manifesting for over a year now. I know stories like that. Those ones seem like really fucked up. Because I've seen success stories, and as we just talked about in the last video, my client having success, well, not my client, but a viewer of the channel having success within 5 days or 4, 5, 6 days after 5 months no contact, or Inked going with 10 months no contact and then getting contact out of nowhere and being pursued and chased and everything she affirmed for coming in. So yes, to me, there's no failure. It's just impatience. And it could be a lot of different things too, where we have a mental block or an old story is persisting. Issues I've had with my SP is the old story. Like every time she would come back in hot and things were going perfect and I'm enjoying life and life is perfect with her, it would be me getting triggered by an old event. And I keep bringing it in. So if you're struggling, for anyone struggling with past history, and like maybe you're in the same situation I am or I've been in, where you have your SP but you're still stuck in the end, you would go back and revise that event. You could just try to forget and forgive, as the Bible says. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Because if everyone is you pushed out, a part of you may have pushed out that particular version of them to treat you in that way that you understand that they should be treating you. You're giving that person permission to treat you that way by how you're just perceiving them to treat you. So there's like I said, there's a lot of different blocks that could be uncovered. It's hard to find. It's something you'll find on your own or with the coach, and when you go through your individual story. I know circumstances don't matter, but sometimes we uncover things that are blocking us from certain situations. And a lot of times people will give up. Like I talked someone out of giving up the other day who was in a situation where he was ready to quit his manifestation, but he was having positive dreams of being with SP. And it's like, okay, well, if you're having the dreams, that's a premonition in my own personal experience that the full manifestation is coming. A lot of times people will say, I've been at this so long and I only have dreams about SP and things are looking good, but they're not exactly what I want. And then they just shut down and leave. And they give up on their manifestation. They give up too soon. It's like that old meme where it's got the guy digging for the diamonds and he hits the diamonds. He's all excited with it, but the other guy on top has like that much dirt left, but he's turned around walking away because he gave up. And then this goes into the lesson of last week is persistence. Whatever you want to have, you must persist in. So, like I said, in my experience, it's like, even right now, going through this video where it's like a very hard thing that felt impossible and felt like I kept failing at was with that in the terms of SP or in the terms of acting or building social medias. On here, we have, this is I've done a bunch of social media channels. The subscription of this one or the like the subscriber count, the community and everything that was built here, it's 10 times better than anything else I've ever done. But my other channels are growing as well. And it was when I changed my mindset, thinking it's not as hard as I thought. This isn't bad. This is easy. Or with my SP, like when I went through, well, you guys know the whole journey and the story of getting my SP back. And actually right now it's almost like a sign, the failure of manifestation. She sent me a text. I can't even read it right now because I'm focusing. But I could bring you a story from this weekend with me and my SP. 2 weeks ago, as you know, I was on a really negative spiral. A lot of stuff in life was getting me down. I was spiraling. I didn't know what to do. And things were going to go with SP, but I wound up taking out my frustration by bringing past events into the future and bringing up things that bothered me from the past. Leave the past in the past. We only have the present moment, so focus on the present. Bring good. If you need to think about the past, bring only good memories. If you need to think about the future, don't create an anxious one that is the worst case scenario. Create a dream vision and bring that into the present. So anyway, it's a little brief thing, but I was going through like a hard time, and then me and SP were having a hard time because she was in a good mood and everything was conforming and things were like, hey, this is the ideal version. Then I started on my shit, and then last week it was like kind of spotty, and I'm still a little bit spiraling. I'm like, oh wait, did I lose her again? I gotta reprove everything for the channel. Should I just give up on her? I said I was gonna give up on her if we try again. Saturday morning, Friday night into Saturday, I stayed off social media. It's another tip. If you have a hard time with what your SP is doing, stay the fuck off social media. I stayed off social media, and I was like, okay, well, whatever happens, happens. Just stay the fuck off social media. She's like posting stories and stuff. I see it, and it's like, it's all stuff that I was affirming for. She's out with her friend and at dinner, and she's out with her family, and it's like, there's nothing relative to the old story at all going on. It's like, come on, dude, like, just settle down, focus on you. So then I start doing stuff for the channel. I was looking into the balls to the wall manifesting shirts. I was talking to people to help me vlog for the fitness channel and the comedy channel. I was like just doing stuff to stay busy. I get to work, I'm busy the next day, but it's like, I'm like, well, maybe I should just go no contact. Why am I doing no contact? Because I'm playing games in the 3D. If I don't do that, she's really gonna miss me, and I'll show her. And I thought, no. If we're living in the end and we're coming from a place of, I already have everything I want and I'm already dating her and things are already perfect, why am I going to, because she didn't text first, so I gotta swallow my pride. No, it's like, hey, if you really care about the person, it's like, hey, hope you're having a great day. How's your Saturday? Because she did message me actually that Friday night. And then I was like, well, you know what? Let me just reach out, see how she's doing. She, oh, so sorry, I was drunk and I didn't even remember to respond. So we started talking, and we weren't gonna hang out this last weekend anyway. And I was like, oh wow, it could be this, could be that. And she goes, I'm just taking a day for me, and I think you need a day to go out with your friends. And I'm like, true, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm like, well, before I go out to my friend's party, and you finish getting like your day out, I'm like, you want coffee? I'm going for coffee anyway. And it was not a way to get her. It was, I legitimately wanted a nice coffee. I'm going out for a nice coffee. I know she likes iced coffees, and there's a Dunkin' right by her hair salon. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna grab one. Do you want one? And she's like, I'm like, you don't have to. You go do what you want to do. If you don't want to, I'm just gonna go do my own thing. And she wound up wanting one, and pick it up, go over there. We start talking. We have this really deep conversation about like, she was posting videos and stuff, and my negative mind went to, who's she posting videos for? She's posting videos for herself. She saw that I'm motivating people online, and it motivated her. She wants to motivate people too now. And it's like, oh, everyone's you pushed out, right? So I'm like, okay, so stay calm. We have a really good time. And then I'm legitimately hungry, and I'm not trying to find a way to keep her with me. I'm like, I'm gonna go get some food. And she's like, what are you gonna cook? I was like, well, everybody knows. You know me, I'm not gonna cook. I'm gonna go buy something. And I'm lazy. And I'm like, how about you? What are you gonna cook? She goes, honestly, I don't feel like cooking. She goes, but maybe I'll find something. I was like, hey, you wanna come with me? You get some food, and then I'll go to my party. She says, sure. So then we go out, we have dinner. And it was like one of the best dates we've ever had. We really connected, like talking about our past, opening up, dreams, everything. And I'm like, wow, this is like really good. Get in the car, because we were near her house, drop off her car, pick her up, whatever. And then I'm like, all right, well, I'll drop you off or whatever. And we started talking. We have like this really deep talk. And she always said she was never going to meet my friends and family. And I was like, well, you know, manifestation, you will. And wound up where she says, hey, can I, no, she didn't say can. She was, why don't you invite your brother? She goes, does he like bowling and pool? And me and my brother are very close. She knows that we're very close, and he's been going through a bit of a rough time. And she goes, I think it would be good for him. I'm like, you 100% want that. And I was like reluctant to call. She goes, and then later on she said she didn't know why. She said it just felt natural, almost like everyone as you pushed out. And I didn't really want to call my brother, but everyone as you pushed out. He said he didn't really want to go out, but he just said it felt natural. So we all just felt natural there. They had a good time. They bonded. It was the first time they ever met in the 2 years I've been with her. And it was a really good time. And she was talking about like maybe meeting my mom and stuff like that. And I was like, it's a very weird turnaround. Like, and me and her had a great weekend together after that. It was a weird turnaround from going from, we are not going to hang out this weekend, to me spiraling to realizing that playing 3D games like dating coaches, oh no contact, and just being real and coming out and saying like, okay, I feel, and like this is inspired. It was messing with the middle a little. There's a fine line, but I was just like, you know what? It feels natural because I'm God in my reality. Everything happens for a reason. I'm gonna do this. Boom, throw it down. This, hey, checking in on you, and it leads to this whole spiral of events where it wound up being one of the best weekends we ever had, and now we're actually on better terms than I think we've ever been, and each time it's gotten better and better. But anyway, not to like I can tell you guys my whole life story pretty much every time, but I thought it was the perfect example of spiraling and over exaggerating everything, making it way worse than it is, when there are clients who would kill to be in the position that I was in. There are people who have contacted in the friend zone, but there are other people who are blocked, and they're mad that those people have that because they're like, well, I would be happy in that position. You'd always be happier being one step ahead. It's like the keeping up with the Joneses. I wish I had that. And then if I had that, then I'll be happy. No, be happy now. Feel the end now. You're ready with your SP, whether you're blocked, friend zoned, whatever situation you're in. I've been in all of them, and I still had the SP every single time. So the point of it is be patient. This all spiraled off of failure manifestation. There's no failure. It felt like I failed and everything was done and the relationship was on the outs because it's been like that before. Guess what? It was not. And wound up turning up to be something better than ever, and was one of my affirmations. No matter how bad things are, the bad always leads into extra positive events. So there you go. I hope that helped you guys figure out that there's no failure in manifestation. It's just a game of patience. So you guys got this. I love you. I'll see you in the next video.